Sorry, I thought I heard a.
Yeah, I know it's.
Okay. Well, I obviously I loved our energy. It's really weird. I loved our energy early in that game. I thought we got off to a great start, and where I thought we lost that was about the 8-minute mark. First 12 minutes we were phenomenal, getting back, rebounding the ball. Those last 8 minutes of the first half, they scored 10 in transition. In those first 12 minutes, they had 0. And that was the game tonight, getting back in defensive transition and rebounding. And, I thought we were terrific early rebounding the ball, and that got us out in transition, and we were making the extra pass, and the ball was moving. And our offense for those first 10, 12 minutes was as good as it's been all year. And, the second half, defensive energy really picked up to get us back into the game, cut the thing to 8. And then I think we had 5 turnovers in a 6-possession span, and that's uncharacteristic for us. We've done a very good job of taking care of the basketball this year. And when you go down there and you get the stops and you get down out in transition and you don't get a shot up on the glass, that hurts you. But, give our guys credit for continuing to battle, continuing to go out there and guard, and give ourselves a chance and keep it in striking distance. But, unfortunately those turnovers, you cut that thing to 6 or 4, it's potentially a whole different ball game. But the last 8 minutes first half and then the first 5 of the second, we talk all the time about the importance of getting off to a great start in both halves. And Indiana had complete control of that thing. Transition, I think they had 9 in the first 5 minutes. So those 13, 14 minutes, end of the first, beginning of the second, that did us in. But proud of the guys for continuing to battle, continuing to fight, give ourselves a chance.
This game kind of emblematic of the whole season, where there's stretches where playing really well on both ends, and then another stretch where you fall behind by 19.
Yeah, it is, and I talk all the time. I think every time I sit in here with you guys after a game, I talk about how we have either a lull or we hit adversity, and you go through a 5 or 6 minute stretch. We're just not deep enough, talented enough right now to fight through those stretches. We certainly showed we're capable, but the overall consistency needs to get better. And, that's where we got to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to teach and hopefully learn and, get this thing to a point to where we can give ourselves a chance by not going through those stretches. So, the overall consistency, some of that's on me. I thought our guys got a little tired. That's on me for not getting them out of there a little bit earlier to get a little bit of rest and then get them back on the floor. But we had such a good rhythm going. I kept that lineup out there. That was doing a great job. I thought Thor was phenomenal for us all game long. I thought he did a great job battling. He's giving up size, guarding the 4 position every night. Those 3 guys, were unbelievably efficient against us with Smith, Jackson Davis, and Brunk. Those guys are a load for us. But I thought Thor battled the heck out of them, and Charlie came in and made some big-time hustle plays for us as well.
Maybe a little hesitant today in terms of just taking the open shot.
Yeah, we were turning down some shots, and I think that did lead to some turnovers. And when you have a shot, when the offense presents an open look, you have to rise up with confidence and take those. We missed some really good looks early in the second half, and again, what cost us was not getting back in transition. You're not going to make all those, and I did. I thought we got a little hesitant, Chris, especially when we were guarding them and cut that thing to 8, and that's what led to some of those turnovers.
How valuable are Thor's off-the-ball contributions and half-court offensive sets?
Yeah, he's, again, that's the thing that I love about Thor. It's when I look back to our spring workouts and, this offense with the read and react things that we have within the system, he's as good as we have in that. Delano is probably the other guy that has a great feel, but obviously he can't play this year. So, Thor, he plays very well off of Cam. He cuts well off of him. He knows when to slash. He does a good job slipping out of screens to create open shots. And he's a great cutter to the basket. So I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for Thor because, again, he's an easy guy to cheer for because of how hard he works.
I guess keep guys positive, or is that even an issue right now? You played well in the second half, like you mentioned, but you get down. Is that a concern at all?
No, it's not. This game had nothing to do with effort. If it was an effort thing where we didn't go out and play hard enough, that's when you have problems. But our guys went out and I thought competed at a high level. Give Indiana credit. Those guys came in here and, had that stretch where we just couldn't recover. We just couldn't recover from. But yeah, our guys, when we step on the floor, I do think they're doing a good job competing. They're coming to practice with a great work ethic. They're trying to learn in film sessions. So everything that we're trying to preach to them, I'm proud of them for continuing to battle, especially when we're going through a losing stretch.
Describe Gervais' role right now.
Yeah, Gervais, I thought, did a good job for us. He was part of that group that I thought was defending at a high level out there, and had a really nice transition basket for us. Just talked to him about continuing to be ready and going out and making a positive impact when his name's called, and I thought he did that tonight.
How much more difficult has finishing at the rim been in the Big Ten with length and physicality?
Yeah, and that was another thing in the first half. I thought we did a better job of not going in there and challenging their bigs at the rim, and then we had a couple where we did go in there, and when those shots get blocked and we go down, they have a 5-on-4 advantage, and that's where they got some of those transition baskets. So we talk all the time about being selective in there. Last 2 games, Ohio State and Northwestern, we got our shot blocked 15 times. And tonight, they had 8 more. So, you got to continue to go in there and be selective. Early on, I thought we were really good. And then, obviously, we had some, that got them out in transition.
Came at 17 in the first half and just 3 in the second. Were they doing anything differently to him, or what did you see in that?
Well, I thought Cam, obviously he was hitting shots. When you go out and you go 3 for 3 from the 3-point line, it gets you going. I thought he got to the rim, finished well. He got himself to the free throw line. But second half, Cam's a facilitator. That's what he does. That's what he takes pride in. That's the role that he takes pride on in this team. And he thought he was trying to get everybody else involved.